Okay. Well, first I have to say good morning, good afternoon, and I have to apologize because
No,
I
good
am
morning in Philippines, right?
yes, that's correct.
Uh,
Good morning in the Philippines and good noon in Korea.
yeah, that's right.
Yeah, well, I have to apologize because I'm having colds and sore throat now.
Hmm.
So I'm covering my face with a mask and maybe my voice is a little low, but
Hmm.
can you still understand me?
Oh, yeah, there is
All right.
no problem. Yeah.
Thank you very much. Well, I believe this is our first time having class, so let me formally introduce myself. My
Okay.
name is Teacher Warren. What about you?
My name is Dugyu Kim.
Mm-hmm.
You can call me Kim or Dugyu
Okay. Well,
because
that is
I don't
a
have
great.
an English name.
No worries. Your name is quite common in Korea, right?
Okay.
Mm. So I'm wondering, happy holidays, by the way.
Yeah, yeah. Thank you.
So how did you celebrate, or how will you celebrate your holiday?
Yeah, I visit my parents with
Mm-hmm.
my sons and my wife, and
Mm-hmm.
we we were making our food for our holiday,
Mm-hmm.
and we are playing some card game.
Mm.
That is the traditional Korean card game,
Yeah,
just
I
like
think that's interesting.
mhm. Ghost of, Ghost of?
Rostov?
Go,
Mm.
stop. It's very famous Korean card game.
Mm. Well, I haven't heard of it yet, but yeah, if I had the chance to learn, I'd like to. Well, I
Okay.
think spending time with your family during holidays is one of the, let's say, most fruitful and wonderful things that we could do, right?
Yeah, that's right.
Mm. Okay, so I'm pretty sure this is your last day of vacation and tomorrow you'll go back to work.
No, I have the one additional day of tomorrow also.
Oh, well, that's good for you. Extended vacation.
Yeah, that's right.
All right. So I was wondering, how long have you been studying English?
Actually, almost Korean have been studying English a very long
Mm-hmm.
time because
Yeah.
when I was middle school,
Mm-hmm.
when I was in middle school, that time is my starting time, yeah, in
Oh,
English study. But
so you just
actually,
started studying.
but that time
Mm-hmm.
I never get interested in the learning English.
Mm-hmm.
Uh,
Mm-hmm.
Maybe actually I've been studying English for 3 years, maybe.
Mm. In this company?
No, I'm I was joined this Mint English maybe
Uh-huh.
3 weeks ago.
Oh, wow. So welcome, right?
Okay,
Welcome to this
I just
company.
got the regular classes sixth time.
I see.
Hmm.
Well, you are fairly new, so I'd like to say welcome.
Hmm.
And to be honest, I'm also a new teacher here,
Hmm.
and I've been here for almost 3 months now.
Aha.
So next month, October 7 or February 7 is going to be my fourth month, so I'm also
Aha.
quite
Ah,
new.
yeah.
So I was wondering, what is your purpose or your reason why you wanted to study English?
Uh-huh. Yeah, every teacher asked me, but yeah, I always said that there is no special reason to learn
Oh,
English. But
okay.
mm, I usually go on a business trip to
Mhm.
the US or Chinese.
Mhm.
So that time I need to communicate with the foreigners in English.
That is true.
Yeah, so yeah, sometimes I feel difficulty communicate with them
Mm-hmm.
in English. So I decided to learn English. Yeah, that's why I learning
You're
English
here.
now. Yeah.
And that's a great thing because if you don't have that reason, then we wouldn't be meeting and talking today, right?
Uh-huh. Yeah. But
Okay.
yeah,
Well,
usually I go on a business trip to USA
mm-hmm.
maybe 15 years ago. Yeah, from 15
Oh,
years ago. But I always think of that. Yeah, when I return to Korea, that time I
mm-hmm.
have to study English.
Yeah.
But when I return to Korea, then I forgot everything.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just thinking. But
So going abroad made
uh,
you realize you need to study English.
yeah, but when I
But
return,
coming back to Korea,
yeah,
the thought of studying English improving is gone.
yeah, it's disappeared everything.
Yeah. I
It's
think
very
that's
weird.
because
Yeah.
I think that's because there is a need for English when you are in a different environment. So you realize that you need to improve on your English. But once you come back to Korea, you
Hmm.
don't feel the need of speaking and using English again,
Yeah,
right?
that's right. Yeah.
I see. Well, as teachers, we always ask the students what their purposes are in studying English because
Hmm.
we wanted to teach them for them to accomplish their goal. But
Hmm.
in your case,
Hmm.
since your only purpose is not to pass the test, not to, work or not to do some things,
Hmm.
your main job is for you to communicate, share
Hmm.
information with foreigners, right? So that's
No,
the thing.
that's the only way. Yeah, because my main job is an engineer.
Mm-hmm.
So I have to test get our product in there. Yeah, and
Mm.
especially in USA, in the USA.
Yeah.
So at that time, I hired people
Mhm.
to drive
Mhm.
or yeah, some caller.
Mhm.
So that time, anyway, yeah, I'm boss that time.
Mm.
So yeah, actually, yeah, I don't need very good English for them, but
Mhm.
anyway, yeah, sometimes I have some difficulty to communicate with them. So anyway, yeah, my final goal
Mhm.
in learning English is the watching movie or watching news,
Mhm.
uh just like CNN, BBC,
Yeah.
without subtitle.
That's good.
Yeah, that
Okay.
is my final goal.
Well, I know that that is quite difficult.
Hmm.
However, it might also take a long time, but with time, effort, consistency, I
Hmm.
think you can do that,
Okay,
right?
thank you.
There's
Yeah,
always a possibility.
yeah,
Well, since you always like to watch CNN and BBC earlier today, I read a news just before your class, and
uh-huh,
since you're also a traveler, maybe
uh-huh.
you've heard about coronavirus in China, right?
Yeah, yeah, that's right.
Mm. And a lot of people are teasing me now that I might have it because I've been sick. Yeah. And I saw the news that China, South Korea, and Thailand are three of the countries that are already affected.
Uh-huh.
Luckily
There
for
is
us,
no
we don't
people
have it
to
yet.
getting the coronavirus. Only China,
Mm.
South Korea, and Thailand. Three
Yeah,
countries.
according to the article,
Uh-huh.
because I saw the news in the Philippines and they told us that there is no confirmed,
Hmm.
cases of coronavirus. But according to them,
Hmm.
there is one boy who
Hmm.
came from China
Hmm.
that is sick now, and
Hmm.
they think it is possible that this one is coronavirus, but
Uh,
they're not yet sure.
okay.
I see.
Have you
All
ever
right.
been Chinese these days?
China?
Yeah.
No, I haven't been to China.
Uh-huh. Okay.
Yes. No.
Okay, I wondering you got the yeah coronavirus.
It's the same question that my doctor asked me last Friday
Ah,
because I went
okay.
on a checkup
Uh-huh.
and I'm having colds and sore throat and coughing, and I think those are the major, let's say, symptoms
Mm-hmm.
of coronavirus. But
Mm-hmm.
one didn't fit according to her. Patients should have fever, but I never had one, so
Uh-huh.
that rules me out.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Okay. So I was wondering, when it comes to English, we have many different parts, such as your reading, pronunciation, vocabulary, grammar, and a lot more.
Yeah.
So in your case, which do you find the most difficult and why?
Um, Actually, in the first place, yeah, I started learning English,
Mhm.
and or yeah, when I speak yeah, the English with the foreigner, yeah, there is no rule, yeah, no grammar.
Mhm.
Anyway, I have to say anything that
Mhm.
I wanted. Yeah. So
Yes.
that time I never concerned about the grammar,
Mhm.
but uh, when I decide to learn English, that time I think I need to learn grammar also.
Mhm.
Yeah. But I wonder, yeah, when I get study the grammar, after
Mhm.
that, I'm very hard to speak to very easily because, yeah, when I say something, that time I
Mhm.
always thinking of the grammar.
Yes, that's
Yeah,
correct.
yeah.
Right.
So yeah, it's very dilemma because
Mhm.
when I never think of grammar, that time I did, yeah, very freely talking, yeah, everything, yeah, without rule. But
Yes,
now I'm always thinking of grammar. Yeah,
mhm,
every time I talk with someone.
that's
Yeah,
correct. Without knowing grammar rules and without studying them, sometimes we tend to just speak because we are not aware that we are speaking mistakes, right?
yeah,
So we speak fluently but grammatically incorrect.
yeah,
However, once we are taught with grammar, we try to, remember the rules and follow the rules, which
hmm,
makes us stuffy or hesitant, right?
hmm, yeah,
There is hesitation. But I think that is just common when it comes to English. You know, if you continue doing that, it might take a long time in the beginning, but
hmm,
after some time, repetition, consistency, you will get better and it
hmm,
will be more natural,
hmm.
right? Mm.
But yeah, I already studying English for 3 years,
Mhm.
but I think there is no improvement in anything. Actually, yeah, I study English very hard because
Mhm.
I'm always I always listen to the radio in the morning when I
Mhm.
commute to company,
Mhm.
maybe 1 or 2 hours
Mhm.
every day, and I'm reading a book, reading English book every day, maybe 30
Mhm.
minutes or 1 hour. And last year, I got the academy English classes,
Mhm.
1 year for the 1 years, but for 1 year, but there is no improvement, I think. Yeah, actually, I got the test 6 years ago.
Yeah.
That time I got the TOEIC speaking level 6,
Hmm.
but
What? What's your score? Sorry.
TOEIC, speaking TOEIC level 6, I got,
6.
yeah, maybe 7 years ago.
Mhm.
But now, after the learning English, my score is
Mhm.
5.
Oh my gosh.
It's very funny.
It is. Well, actually, there are a lot of factors affecting a person's learning, right?
Hmm.
So, to be honest, one is the strategy in learning. So, we have to know what our strengths are and what our weaknesses are so that we can solve or we can improve on these specific problems that we had. And earlier I asked you what was your weakness, and you said grammar. So
hmm
my question is, why did you find grammar difficult? Actually, it's quite ironic because in Korea, you have been taught grammar since you were young, right?
Yeah,
There's
but
much.
yeah, I
Mm-hmm.
know the English grammar very well, but
Yeah.
it's combined with some sentence very quickly and directly is
Mm.
difficult.
Yes. So that means that I can identify some problems. First, there are no exposure to the English language,
hmm
okay? So it means you didn't have any environment where you can use it, and you didn't have a lot of opportunities when to use it, right?
But so I
Mm-hmm.
had some academic classes
Mm-hmm.
for that exposure in English
Yes.
environment. So I usually go on a business trip,
Mm.
China and the USA and even Vietnam.
Mm.
So maybe 2 months or 3 months. I
Mm-hmm.
always live in the
I see.
abroad. Yeah, I think there is a lot of opportunity or chance to
Okay.
exposure in English, but I think there is no improvement. I
Hmm.
wonder why.
So it means we can
Uh-huh,
remove exposure as the problem. So it means that you have, environment and you have the experiences and the opportunities to use the language.
yeah.
So I guess it brings down to number two,
Mm-hmm,
methodology or the way you use the language. Sometimes we listen to other people on what they do and then it was successful for them. And
mm-hmm,
sometimes we mimic them. However, there are actually certain ways in order for us to improve on our skill.
mm-hmm,
So probably it's the method of how you study.
mm-hmm,
Maybe you've watched on the internet saying that, oh, if you continue memorizing these words, you will
mm-hmm,
not forget it.
mm-hmm.
But others are not like that. Each person has their own learning styles and learning needs, right?
Yeah.
So in your case, you have to identify which is the strongest learning style that you have, and
Mm-hmm,
then incorporate your learning into that style.
mm-hmm,
Okay? An example, probably some students who are very forgetful, who don't have good memory, what
mm-hmm,
we do is the drill effect, okay? So
mm-hmm,
when we say drill, we learn something today,
mm-hmm.
all right? And then we keep on doing it many times,
Yeah,
okay?
I understand.
So that is probably one. So
Mm-hmm,
example, if you learn grammar today, let's
mm-hmm,
say present perfect.
mm-hmm,
So I want you to keep on using the sentence. I will be asking questions about
uh-huh,
present perfect.
uh-huh.
So that is one drill,
Yeah, uh-huh,
right? So it really depends. So another example, you told me that you wanted to, learn or you wanted to understand news or dramas without subtitles,
yeah, uh-huh,
and you've been trying that, right?
uh-huh. Yeah,
However, of course, you wouldn't understand completely if still you don't have enough vocabularies,
yeah,
right?
yeah, right.
Learning is a holistic process. It means it's a complete process. Before you understand them, before you know what they're talking about, you have to know the words first. So you have to go to the basics, okay?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, uh-huh,
So I think that's what you need to do.
uh-huh. Okay. Go to the basic or the um, build more the vocabulary
Mm-hmm.
and constantly practice some grammar. Yeah, just like
Yes,
drilling, right?
yes. Well, I could give you some tips on how to, learn specific things. An
Uh-huh,
example when it comes to vocabulary.
uh-huh,
All right. So actually, what I do with my students is that every time we have a class, I always ask them to write the words that they don't know,
mm-hmm,
or they didn't understand, or
mm-hmm,
they don't have very much knowledge of.
uh-huh,
So I ask them to write the vocabulary.
uh-huh,
And then, usually, a lot of students, they just memorize it, right?
uh-huh,
And then that's it. So, of course, there will be no learning because there is no application.
uh-huh,
But what I do is I ask them to, write three synonyms, words having the same meaning.
uh-huh. Three shida means? What
Yes,
mean?
synonyms meaning words that have the same meaning.
Aha, aha. Okay, okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So an example, let's try simple voca. The
Mm-hmm.
word beautiful. Can
Okay.
you tell me three synonyms of the word beautiful?
Just the very similar meaning is the
Mm-hmm.
beautiful, gorgeous, and cute.
Gorgeous.
Uh-huh. Pretty.
Okay. Yes.
Uh-huh.
So pretty,
Uh-huh.
right? And
Uh-huh.
then the last one was cute. You said cute, right?
Yeah, that's
Mm.
right.
Now, these are actually correct.
Uh-huh.
However,
Uh-huh.
you already know these words, right?
Yeah.
So it means you're not improving your vocabulary. So,
Okay.
right?
Yeah.
You remain as it is.
Yeah.
So your task now is to always look for other words that have the same meaning with the word beautiful.
Uh-huh.
So I'll give you one. Stunning. Have
What?
you heard of that?
Ah, stunning. Yeah, I know that. Yeah.
Attractive.
Attractive. I know. Yeah.
Ravishing.
Oh, I yeah never heard about this
Mhm.
vocabulary. Yeah.
So now you learned something new today,
Uh-huh.
right? So every time you encounter this, you
Mm-hmm.
know, or you already know, or you can also use it in sentences.
You
So
can
that's,
yeah. Okay, you
mhm.
use this attractive here. Yeah. Just
Yes,
like the same. Yeah, beautiful. Then
exactly.
the when I use charming, charm.
hmm
I can use
Charming.
also this one
Mm.
because
Charming.
yeah
Mm-hmm.
because I think attractive is the charm is the almost same word, right?
Mm-hmm. Attractive is adjective, 형용사.
Mm-hmm.
Charm is noun.
Yeah, so I can use this charming, right?
Yes,
Mm-hmm.
that's correct.
Yeah.
So what I want you to do is just to find at least three, because there are so many, right?
Yeah.
So try to find three every new vocabulary that you learn. So in this
Uh-huh.
case, you improve or you invest on your vocabulary bank. Because
Mm-hmm.
if you keep on using the words that you already know,
Yeah. Huh?
that is the reason why you say there is no improvement, right?
Uh-huh. Okay.
Mm.
Uh,
Another is I want you to at least look for one antonym.
uh-huh.
Antonym means the opposite meaning.
Okay.
Okay? So what do you think is the opposite meaning of the word beautiful?
Ugly.
Hmm?
And
Okay,
mm,
that's correct. Ugly. But you
yeah.
already know the word ugly. So you
Yeah.
have to look for a new word.
Uh-huh.
Hmm. So this time you can use, prefixes, unattractive, like this.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
So you can use this, right?
Uh-huh.
And many others. Also, many students they make mistakes in using these words in sentence because they only know the word beautiful,
Mm-hmm.
right? But in order for you to improve your voca, you have to look for the noun,
Mm-hmm.
you have to look for the verb,
Mm-hmm.
the adjective,
Mm-hmm.
and also the adverb of the word. So, what is the word beautiful? Is it noun, verb, adjective, or adverb?
Adjective. Yeah.
Obviously, right?
Mm-hmm.
So now let's try to test your skill. What is the noun of the word beautiful?
Beauty.
Correct.
Yeah.
So beauty. What about the adverb?
What about beautifully?
hmm Now this time let's go to your verb.
Uh-huh.
What is the verb for
Uh,
the word beautiful?
I don't know. Beautiful?
hmm
Beautiful?
Nope. It's beautify.
Beautify. Uh-huh.
Okay. So now you learn a new word. So you have to use it in a sentence. How
Mm-hmm.
long does it take your wife to
Mm-hmm.
beautify herself every morning?
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Yeah.
Mm. So my room is very old. How
Uh-huh.
can I beautify it?
Uh-huh. Mm-hmm.
So I'm using those in sentences. Okay?
Yeah. But yeah,
So,
I think yeah, it's a normal verb, beautify,
hmm
because I yeah, never heard about this. Yeah, beautify
hmm
verb.
Yes. But
Anyway,
now,
I get the one more yeah the vocabulary yeah in my brain now.
yes. So you haven't heard about it? right?
Uh-huh.
So you don't know.
Yeah.
So your knowledge is until here. For
Mm-hmm.
you to improve, you have to add knowledge, right?
Yeah. Huh?
So because of the word beautify, I added one voca.
Okay. Yeah. That's
Now you
right.
have
Yeah.
a bigger knowledge.
Yeah. Okay.
And after that, of
Mm-hmm.
course, I also want my students to put here any idioms or
Mm-hmm.
expressions that they know
Mm-hmm.
about the word beautiful or the vocabulary. So this one
Ah.
now is a higher level
Uh-huh.
because you will use idioms and expressions. Do you know
Oh.
any idioms or expressions about the word beautiful?
No, I don't know. Yeah.
Mm. Have you heard of this ones? Beauty, sorry, wrong spelling.
Mm-hmm.
Beauty is only skin deep. Have you heard of this?
No, I.
Or beauty is in the eye of the beholder. Mm. These are just some of the idioms that we can learn.
Mm.
Mm. And if you watch CNN or if you watch movies, you might find these words or these idioms. And
Uh-huh.
no matter how much you know about the verb or the voca, you
Mm-hmm.
cannot understand the whole meaning because it's an idiom, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So it's also good for you to learn.
Uh-huh.
So when you say beauty is only skin deep, it means beauty is only the physical appearance, only
Yeah.
your skin.
Uh-huh.
Mhm. Beauty is in the eye of the beholder. When you
Uh-huh.
say beholder, behold is a verb,
Yeah.
meaning see. So
Yeah.
beholder is the person looking or seeing.
Yeah. Opposite.
So
Another person. Yeah. Maybe.
yes.
Right. Uh-huh.
So it means beauty is defined according to the person looking.
Yeah. Yeah.
So every
Yeah.
person has different definition of beauty,
Uh-huh.
but beauty is in the eye of the beholder.
Yeah.
Okay?
Uh-huh.
And finally, you continue using the words in sentences
Mm-hmm.
all the time. And I assure you that if you use it for 14 days,
Mm-hmm.
you will never forget it. It will
Yeah.
be a part of your vocabulary.
Okay.
Okay? An example, my name is Warren.
Yeah.
It's our first time to meet. You don't
Mm-hmm.
know me.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe after 1 week you forgot my name.
Mm-hmm.
But
Mm-hmm.
if we continue on having classes for 14 days,
Mm-hmm.
my Warren, the name Warren, will be a part of your vocabulary. So every
Okay.
time you see me, you say, Good morning, Warren. So it
Yeah.
means you don't forget it and you use it in sentences.
Yeah.
It's the same with all kinds of vocabularies, okay?
Yeah.
So if you continue using beauty for 14 days,
Uh-huh.
it will be a part of your voca.
Okay. Yeah.
All right?
So your the way is the something, yeah, stacking the, yeah,
Mm-hmm.
mm, vocabulary and idiom and some sentences. Yeah,
Yes.
the one just one, yeah, vocal, the
Mhm.
there with the very, yeah, the variety, yeah, situation.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
that's how you learn vocas extensively. From one voca, you will learn a lot more.
Yeah.
So the
Okay.
first rule is to get the information, right? Mm.
Okay.
Second rule is to use the information. And
Uh-huh.
third is to keep on using the information.
Okay.
So these are the things that you need to take note of.
Okay.
All
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, we don't have much time, but we're going to have a class again in 10 minutes, right? Because I have
Yeah.
a next student. And
Okay.
by that time, we can continue our discussion, okay?
Okay. 10 minutes later. Yeah. Me.
Yes. So thank you for now. I'll see you later.
Okay. Bye.
Bye.